iHeartBerliner. Today we are going to talk with fashion designer Esther Perbandt, who was recently on the designer competition show Making the Cut. Heidi Klum and Naomi were big fans of her in the show, and we are as well, so we wanted to talk with her and see how life has been.
Hallo! Herzlich willkommen! Komm mal rein!
Very nice you take the time to talk with us today. You have been doing your label now for 17 years here in Berlin, if I heard you right.
Yeah.
And you're pretty established here as a designer in the fashion world. And now you participated in designer competition reality show called Making the Cut, where Heidi Klum and Naomi Campbell celebrated your designs. And how did that change your world?
It was an interesting ride I had for the past 1.5 years, I would say. And it was the first part was strange because I was not allowed to talk about. So I lived somehow in a parallel universe, because on the one hand I was really looking forward to it, on the other hand I was so afraid. I was really so afraid because I didn't know last year if it would be a good decision or not. It could be also bad for my brand. And on the way to the airport I was just in the taxi just crying because I was so afraid. I wanted to go out of my comfort zone and really face this situation of showing my collection, my work, to someone completely different, to an international team of judges.
Maybe you can tell us a little bit about how this impacted because that in a way in your 17 years career it's like it's a blip, but like how did it influence you with your work here or as a designer in Berlin now after it happened?
Actually, I have the feeling participating made me so much stronger, because I had to fight all the time for my black universe and being forced and obliged to find over and over again the arguments. Why am I doing what I'm doing? That was the best school I could have actually in the time now. So it made me even stronger in knowing what I want and what I don't want for the future.
How would you describe the person that you designed for?
The person I designed for is very diverse actually, and this is the wonderful thing I was able to experience because I have my own store since 12 years. If you only do wholesale, then you don't really know where actually your customer, like the other shops, are selling to. But as I have this store for 12 years by now, I really see them, I experience them, I hear what they want, what they need, how they look like. So they are mainly, let's say, between, 35, 40 until even 75. And it's mainly women, because although the brand was for years a unisex brand, I always did sell mainly to women. So it's a very independent woman who knows exactly what she wants.
Esther, you are born and raised Berliner, which in my world is becoming more and more rare. Do you feel that, like, for you as a Berliner working here creatively in the city, do you have a different approach than a lot of people that you see that come here from other parts of the world?
Yeah, I really feel like a true Berliner. And especially, I'm not 20 anymore, you know that. So I was born 75, so I experienced Berlin, in the 70s more than in the 80s and early 90s, which most of the people who came here didn't experience. And this is the history of Berlin, which makes Berlin so special. And this is the big danger in Berlin. I mean, you have to work your ass off to really create something. I mean, I don't party a lot. I just work like hell. but I don't mind. But this is the big danger of a city which is so creative and has lots of offers and wonderful places to go and to go out. The nightlife, where Berlin is very well known for. But then to find the balance between work and pleasure.
Now that you have grown your audience to a very international one and to a very American one also, because Making the Cut is from the United States, do you feel your identity as a Berlin designer has changed, like into more of a global brand?
It's very fresh and young, this little seed at the moment, so I do still feel like a Berlin brand, but it's true that with the international awareness I maybe became also a more international brand. I would not call it a global brand, maybe not yet. I mean, I want to grow, and this is what I'm wishing for the future or for the next coming years. And it's really incredible for me how especially the American market opened up for me just because of that show.
Just a couple of days ago you presented your new collection, which was also the collection that you made in the show. Can you tell us a little bit more about this work?
So, as you said, it was actually the final collection I did for Making the Cut, the show, and this collection was called Hungry for Life, which is not a very brand new claim. I was working around that claim for some time already, but it fitted so well actually last year when we were filming Making the Cut, and because it felt so right, I named the collection like this because in this moment I really felt like I am hungry for life, and I still do feel like that. So the whole collection is based on that slogan, and it has a lot of prints with cutlery, all over cutlery as a cutout. So sheer, you see through fabrics. And what is so special in this collection is that is very special and some very expensive pieces. And this is also due to the show, because for 10 weeks while we were filming, I was just able to work very, very creatively. And for 15 years, I was not suing myself anymore. I didn't do the patterns. I was only thinking like, okay, can I sell this piece? Which customer would buy it? So I never allowed myself to cross that border and go wilder than my little very restricted world here because of, financial restrictions also. I always did it like that. I produce locally, not far away in Poland. I buy the fabrics from Europe, and I recently cooperating with Hess Natur to really create my own sustainability concept, which is not like changing from one day to another. And I have my designer dreams, but there are certain borders I definitely don't want to step over.
I have a surprise for you.
I love surprises!
We made a book last year.
Wow!
It's called Like a Berliner.
Okay.
A little bit similar to the show. But the surprise is actually not the book but the fact that you're in the book twice.
No way! I'm in the book! That's cute!
And if you go to almost the back, there's another
girl. Oh, wow!
This is a game where you have to, find your item?
This one?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that was quick.
Yes.
Move like a Berliner, yeah. Thank you!
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today.
Thank you for coming.
I'm very curious what the future holds for you now that you're a digital brand with a huge audience, and I hope to see you soon.
We will. Thank you.